Or as we were saying, my house will get off my hand wash.
So this is our other site. It has a lot of the same benefits as the site across. It's protected from the wind off the road. There's still a place for cold air to go down around it. So it's down through these house, down through here. It's more contained than that place from the one across the way. It does have some canopy, about not much better than what we had. And there's a great big spot, obviously, for search and rescue right out there. We won't have as much daylight here, obviously, as we have on the other side. So that was a negative for us. But once again, it is a nice contained, friendly place where we can keep track of everyone and wander off and get lost in the middle of the night.
We figured. The other
interesting thing is when we got here, we realized that deer had been sleeping here as well. So they chose this as a spot too.
Okay, so it's fairly flat. It's more contained. God help you if something comes in from this side, right? That's not exactly a sheltered area here. You have pretty much almost the same amount of solar gain as you have over there. You're not real vulnerable to the cold air sinks thing, because you can still take advantage of that little wash over there and the one behind us. There does seem to be a prolific amount of wood around. Lots of duff here. Again, that can be imported. Wouldn't be a deal killer for me. Fairly level. Probably big enough for everyone. You don't underestimate how big this group really is. Because if you had this much smaller, it would tend to get potentially problematic. Especially with fire. Because fire needs space. You can't be right on top of it. What else about this spot? Has this ornament of the gnome stuff?
Yeah, you get off the damn wall and you get kids.
Nice. No. Why is that not? It's not a concern to me. Why is it not a concern?
It's deciduous and alive.
It's alive. What type of alive deciduous tree is that?
It's an oak.
It's a mighty oak. So if that oak tree comes down, remember that 240-mile-an-hour desiccating winds that we were talking about? That's very, very, and yeah, it's dead on that one side, but
You got ash?
that velvet ash. But that's a pretty darn. I would bet on that thing coming down because it is a gamble oak.
We do have one deadfall or one little maker there, but it's not real big, and we're kind of shielded from it by this tree. It'd be a hard time for anything other than fragments to make it through that tree. Yeah.
What tells you that it's alive? Just to help educate me.
See the little buds on the end?
Yeah. Okay.
You know, it just doesn't seem dead. If there's little, there's not growth, but you can look at the ends of the twigs and they just don't seem brittle to me.
Okay.
Well, that one was.
Well, some of them are dead, of course.
That one's broken.
But
A lot of oak leaves on the ground.
Some of those are dead, and some just seem alive to me. Like see the little kind of like the little protuberances on this up here.
Yep.
Not really the whole thing is dead. But it doesn't seem like it's
Oak leaves on the ground.
It's a rock.
push on it and see if it's dead. Is it solid?
It felt solid, yeah.
Yeah, it's solid oak, so it shouldn't be an issue. But if it concerns someone, you don't have to stay here. You can move. I mean, hell, there's another little place right over there too. You know. So once you see the commonalities of the place that you've taken this to, if you're walking back and forth with your gear and going, wait a minute, let's go right over here. That's an option. Now, you've seen anything more about this spot?
Turkey scratches.
Turkey scratches. Anything more about this spot? Pros and cons.
Peck, peck, peck.
Anything more about this spot? Okay, you have 3 spots. We can go back to all 3 of them and do this all over again. We can eliminate one. We can clearly we can walk right by the second one because we have to go get our gear. if you chose to. What do you want to do? Debate amongst yourselves, the 12 of you, what do you want to do?
Let's take out number 1. I think we're all in agreement on that. That's done.
Anyone not in agreement on that?
Fire would be too difficult to manage up there, and if we have a chance of making a fire, let's pick a place where we can have a fire safely.
Okay.
Okay, so it's
One's
between,
out.
So one's out. So it's between that one and this one. And you guys said that was your first choice up there? First choice, but I don't think that matters right now. We should pick the one that everyone thinks is good.
Well, Cody's been throwing out some additional ideas since we picked, so, you know, everyone's been...
Did you guys look down?
That way?
No. Not gone at all.
Kind of thought this was hitting our limit.
And you're about right, because there's an ATV trail just 50 yards down there. So you could go down another 30 or 40 feet, but
That's it.
you intuitively hit the nail on the head. Because I just don't want drunk quads driving by when we're doing this as a buzzkill.
There are some trees that are close together that you could wedge logs between down here.
Well, Cody, when will we know? Will we know all our resources before we pick a spot?
No. Pick a spot and then I'll share resources. You can always change if it changes up after the trip. Like, I was just thinking like these two trees here. Really close?
I don't know if maybe they're too far apart, but...
Yeah, you could do anything around here, but those logs across the road there, you know, I would rather stay to this side of that oak right there. Okay. No one else likes the second spot we looked at?
I'll say I like this for the firewood resources. Yeah, and it seems like it would be easier to build like retaining walls around because there's a lot of
Did anyone walk back up in here and see? People seem to be looking, but no one's kind of walking back in there. There's snow up there. Which one were you? This one right here. Oh, that worries me that way. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be right under there. Yeah.
Is that a window maker?
Yeah. Okay. That's not that. All you need to do is see, you know, step 3 is going this way. If you're on this side of this way, look at it. Are we looking at anything in particular here? You guys plan it out. Where do you want to go? Spot 2 or spot 3?
Here's an idea for this spot, is this crook in this oak. You could put a log in there and have it come out and then make it some sort of a reflector for the fire. Just, you know, some sort of structure.
And then say have the fire in this area here. Yeah, we got plenty of long stuff.
I'm not saying this one, but you know, like this kind of an idea. But longer maybe, and then lay something up against it like that.
Fire in there and everybody out this way.
And then build a reflector out. I think we're better off making a choice and then having time on our side for.
That's a good point.
Like,
I'm just pointing out stuff that this area could be used for over the other one.
there are some smaller trees
You
here.
guys think we can all fit in this spot?
Closer to us.
You guys think we can all fit in this spot?
Do we want to all sit down in this spot? and see
Lie
what we
down.
got?
Lie down. That would be a reflector there.
I apologize.
How you doing, buddy?
Something better.
Nice.
So the wind, I'm guessing, is coming from the northwest. So we're going to do a long fire with people on either side. Probably.
Yeah,
the fire watcher down there.
I'm not an expert at these things by
Yeah, I
any
was
means, but
thinking
the
the same
idea of
thing.
having
We haven't-
a fire that more people can get around than having a fire up against a reflector, just to me makes sense, but that's
was
just
that?
one opinion.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Yeah, just in my head it seems that if we built a fire towards the middle or towards one end, that we have more spaces around the fire, because it's going to get pretty fucking cold at 3 a.m. And everybody may want to be around the fire at that point.
So a central fire rather than a reflector.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
something to think about.
but yeah, depending where it's at, we can hit those. Right?
And there's other bells and whistles too that I haven't brought out yet.
All right.
Okay, so I like where you're going, but kind of gross motor skill it for now. Visualize what could be done. In the next few minutes, pick a location, and then we'll drag all our stuff to that location, and then we'll go to the next side of the story.
So why don't we just take a vote? Who likes this space better than the one across the wash? Raise your hand. All right, then that's it.
Here it is.
Is there anybody that voted no? Did anyone vote no?
You can stay over there.
All right, are we good with this spot?
Yeah.
All right, we got a spot.
All right. Good job, tribe.